the social media Superman presents to you his very own podcast called the Social Media Marketing Podcast. In this podcast, he'll be discussing all things social media related and giving you tips and tricks on how you can make the most of your online presence. So whether you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or just somebody who wants to learn more about social media, this podcast is for you. Now, don't talk. Just listen to the podcast with most soul.
Hey everyone, I wanted to thank everyone for joining us today. My name is Rico Glover, and of course you're tuned to the Social Media Marketing Podcast. And today what I'm going to be speaking on is a subject that's dear to my heart, basically ownership. Something that's not really talked about a lot, especially with us. But ownership, and when I say ownership, I'm talking about ownership now of basically your own brand, your own content. And one person that always comes to mind when I think of this is maybe someone that years ago, for some of us in our 30s or 40s, the artist by the name of Prince, that later became the artist formerly known as Prince. And if you remember during the time of his recordings and things of that nature, he switched his name. And he did that because of a contract dispute. His whole thing was that more people were making more money off of his content that he produced, that he made, than he was making. And a lot of folks kind of got, I don't want to say upset, but was thinking, you should be happy you have a contract. Now, fast forward now to 2022. Most musicians and most artists will tell you that, hey, I don't want a contract. I want ownership. And one of the biggest players of that kind of changed that, besides Prince, was Master P. When Master P started getting that real money check from the content that he owned. I was listening this morning to part of Steve Harvey on another podcast, and he was speaking about how so many people dip into your pockets and really don't do anything. He was talking about 5% for a lawyer, 5% for a manager, 10% for an agent. Basically, all they do is they have your name on their website. Someone calls to book you, and that agent gets 10%. Now, why am I mentioning all that? Content is the new cash. Let me say that again, because I want to make sure you really understand this. Content is the new cash. You've got some folks, some young folks. You can easily go on to YouTube, and if a lot of y'all watch, I want to call it black exploitation YouTube videos, but if you go on YouTube and you watch a lot of these young content creators on YouTube that are doing these videos and they've been doing them for 5, 10, 15 years, young folks never had a job. They started when they were in their middle school and high school uploading YouTube videos. And now these are their full-time income. And when I'm talking about income, I'm talking about there's a site that you can go on to called Social Blade. That's socialblade.com. You can take the URL or the name of some of these YouTube folks, put it in there, and it will give you a guesstimation on how much money they're making through YouTube AdSense. And that's just AdSense on YouTube. And when I did that on a couple of the top black YouTube content creators, I'm seeing $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000 a month simply from their content. And that's not even talking about the money they make from affiliate marketing. And what I mean by affiliate marketing, a lot of y'all that watch some of these videos, they may have inside of their videos promoting another business or promoting a product. And that product is actually paying them what they call an affiliate or a commission for just advertising or sponsoring. So why is this most important? 9 out of 10 times, most people don't think that they can get into the content business, which is completely false. If you have something like this or something like a laptop, a camera, you don't even have to go out and buy a high expensive. You could start off with just a smartphone. Start doing YouTube. I have a associate of mine who works with me at a dealership. I'm actually the digital marketing for a dealership. And she's one of my call reps. And the other day she said, Rico, look how much money I'm making on TikTok. I was like, much money making on TikTok? She pulled up her phone and pulled out her TikTok wallet and had already made $300 just from posting videos. This is how powerful things are right now. The person that can create content is basically creating a content cash machine. Now, there's a way you can do it, but there's a simple way that you could actually set up and treat this as a business. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to build a whole lot of content and then have someone else either just paying you a small amount or not paying you at all. And you want to be able to maximize what you're making from that content. We actually decided to come up with a couple of different programs to kind of help you out a little bit with that. So if you're interested in possibly learning how to, first of all, create content, second of all, if you want to learn how to edit content, third, if you want to learn how to maximize that content to create multiple streams of income, you definitely need to check us out. One thing about African Americans is that I've learned is that we are a loyal bunch of folks. And what I mean by that is that once we get stuck on a product or a service, we will use that product or service pretty much to the end of time. And I can't say yay or nay or for anyone else, but what I can say with us, we do not sway. So what I mean by that is that, for example, if grandma or mama sends you to the store and she says, I need you to go get some Old Bay, because I'm getting ready to make some crab cakes or some salmon patties or something of that nature. If you go to the grocery store and you bring back something that is 75% less than cost, 75% less than cost, same ingredients, but they actually also promise you that it's going to cure diabetes, cancer, and make you wealthy at the end of the month. If you bring home that non-obey to your mama or your grandma, they will make you turn back around in that car and go get what they asked you to get. Because we are folks that once we start using something, a product or a service, we pretty much, unless you just completely just blow us out of the water, we will stick with you. And a lot of manufacturers are now starting to learn this, that we are a 2 trillion, that's with a T and with a 2, $2 trillion group of folks that have money that will spend money on a product or a service if we feel like it benefits us and respects us. That's the key word. We don't care about we'll pay a little bit extra for a product or service that respects us and gives us a good quality. Now, why am I mentioning that? The opportunity for us to create content so that advertisers will pay you a sponsorship fee, an affiliate fee, is out there. There's $2 trillion in spendable income that we do, and these businesses understand that now. So once again, content is the new cash, and you can start doing this on a part-time basis. I was telling the producer of this podcast, Crank, earlier. I was like, hey, let me show you these websites I made. I did it after hours, after I got off work, and then on weekends. Took me a little bit longer. It would have took someone that was doing it full time, maybe a day and a half. But because I was knocking it out with 30 minutes, an hour a night, or 30 minutes before I go to work, or 30 minutes before I go to bed, it took me a week. But the great thing about it, second day after I had it completely up and running, I got paid off of an affiliate fee. What we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to create content to turn that content into cash. Now, if you have questions, concerns, you can definitely comment below or send us an email or Instagram, Facebook us, and we'll be able to respond back. But if you're interested in learning how to turn your content into cash right now in less than 5 to 6 days with the challenge, we definitely want to open that up for you. This is going to be our beta test. So we want to introduce you to our style, the way we do things, and we would definitely love for you to join us. So once again, this is Rico Glover. You just joined one of the first tailored towards the African-American community, African-American business owner that wants to learn how to do digital marketing and social media marketing. And we'll be back with you. Once again, thank you again. And don't forget, content is cash.